So today I just want to talk about how the adductor muscles work in running. Now the adductor is quite unique in that they're involved in some capacity through all phases of gait, okay? So they tend to get quite worked and they'll always be quite tender, okay? So as your foot pushes off, so if we start with our right foot and we push off, the right adductor is lengthening, okay? So that's stretching like an elastic band. And as we go onto our left leg, that's shortening. So the left adductor shortens as the right adductor lengthens. Now why it's important that that adductor gets some nice length is because that's going to preload like an elastic band to help the hip flexor, who's also preloading, to give you that nice swing phase. Okay, so if we have an issue with our left leg, an overuse issue for instance, knee pain, Achilles pain, hip pain, this right adductor needs to give the hip flexor a helping hand as we swing through. If they don't work together, and as that right knee swings through, if that's not happening, then the left leg is going to then have to compensate and do that little bit more. So again, the right adductor lengthens as we push into our left hip, my left adductor is shortening. Okay, now what also has to happen then is the rib cage is going this way. Now, okay, so you can see now that's going to stretch this elastic band even more through the fascia. Okay, so as we wind it all the way up to the opposite shoulder, the shoulder going left is going to further stretch the fascia all around the adductor. So how we put that into gait and how we interpret it in PB run free, if we wanted to stretch that right adductor, we know we need to stretch it as our rib cage is going left in order to lengthen it exactly how it needs to lengthen when you're running. So what we'll do, a nice stretch that I've modified, is we'll get your right foot flat on the floor. Okay, we're going to push our hips forward slightly because that's what has to happen. Our hip is in extension as our adductor lengthens when we run. Our left hand is on the floor, and all we're going to do with our right hand is we're just going to slide it to the left. Okay, so my left elbow is stationary, my right shoulder comes to meet it, and we're just reaching under. That's going to cause a stretch and a pull all down that right adductor, as has to happen when running. Few coaching points: we need to keep the ball of the little toe fixed to the floor. That has a massive job to do in helping that adductor to load properly. So as we go, we don't want this heel coming off. Okay, the outside heel needs to stay planted on the floor. Engage the ball of the little toe as we reach. You're going to exhale as you reach, and you're going to feel it. The further you reach, the deeper it's going to go, and it's going to change places where you feel the adductor stretching. Okay, it's a really nice exercise. About 12 reps each side before you run will make a big difference to how you're pushing off one leg onto the other, and also how you're getting that swing leg through, helping the hip flexor.